Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movies Recapped. If you are new here, then subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you can get the notification of new videos. I am going to tell you about the movie, Blue Logaan, 1980 movie. In this movie, the story takes place in the late Victorian era, when two young cousins, 9-year-old Richard, Glenn Cohen as young Richard, and 7-year-old Emmeline Lestrange, Elva Josephson as young Emmeline, as well as a galley cook, Paddy Button, Leo McKern, survive a shipwreck in the South Pacific and land on a lush tropical island. He looks after the children and forbids them from traveling to the other side of the island where he discovered the remains of bloody human sacrifices on an altar. Paddy is the only one who can help them. He also warns them not to consume the potentially lethal scarlet berries. Paddy later succumbs to his injuries after a drunken binge. The children are now on their own, and they have decided to relocate to another part of the island in order to rebuild their home. When Richard and Emmeline reach puberty, the experience is stressful for them due to their lack of knowledge about human sexuality at the time. Emmeline is the first to experience sexual attraction to Richard, which makes her feel uncomfortable, and she refuses to share her funny thoughts with him because she believes they are inappropriate. The fact that she is having her first menstrual period causes her to be terrified, and she refuses to allow Richard to examine her for what he believes to be an injury. Richard eventually realizes that he has a strong attraction to Emmeline. She sneaks over to the forbidden side of the island and comes face to face with the altar. She makes the connection between the blood on the altar and the blood shed during Christ's crucifixion, coming to the conclusion that the altar is God, and she attempts to persuade Richard to accompany her to the other side of the island to pray. Richard is taken aback by the prospect of breaking the law, and the two get into an argument. The first time Richard attempts to initiate sexual contact with Emmeline, she rejects him. As a result, Richard retreats from Emmeline, hiding and masturbating. It's the first time in years that a ship appears, but Emmeline fails to activate the signal fire, and the ship passes by without noticing them. When Richard confronts Emmeline about her failure, she asserts, much to Richard's surprise, that the island has become their home and that they should stay there. Richard is taken aback by her assertion. Eventually, Emmeline admits that she is aware of Richard's masturbation and threatens to inform her Uncle Arthur of the situation. They get into a fight, and Emmeline accidentally hits Richard in the head with a coconut she throws at him. Emmeline is ejected from their shelter by Richard, who is enraged and hurt. Emmeline comes into contact with a venomous stonefish by accident. She begs Richard to take her to God because she is weak as a result of the poison. Richard transports her to the other side of the island, where he places her on the altar and prays over her. Emmeline recovers, and Richard admits that he is afraid he will lose her. They swim naked in the lagoon until Emmeline regains her ability to walk, and then they swim to the beach to cool off. Richard and Emmeline discover sexual intercourse while still naked and eventually become lovers. Emmeline becomes pregnant as a result of this, though neither of them is aware of her pregnancy at the time. When they feel the baby move inside her abdomen, instead of being surprised, they assume it is her stomach that is causing the movements. Months later, Richard is alone in the shelter when he hears a sound from a distance. He immediately goes to the other side of the island to investigate the sound. A group of indigenous people is performing a ritual in front of the statue as a ceremony, during which they sacrifice someone, and he comes across them and intervenes. Richard becomes frightened and flees to find Emmeline, who he discovers in the process of giving birth. It is Emmeline who gives birth to a son, who is named Paddy by his parents. When a ship led by Richard's father, Arthur William Daniels, approaches the island, it notices the family enjoying themselves on the beach. When they become aware of the ship, Richard and Emmeline choose to walk away rather than signal for assistance, content with their lives. Because they are covered in mud, it is difficult to tell who they are, and Arthur concludes that they are not Richard and Emmeline based on their appearance. One day, the family decides to take the lifeboat back to the location of their original home. Emmeline and Paddy are left with the boat while Richard goes in search of bananas. When Paddy brings a branch of the scarlet berries into the boat, Emmeline doesn't seem to notice it at all. Emmeline and Paddy are slowly drifting away from the boat, and Paddy throws one of the oars overboard. Having failed to reach the oar, Emmeline calls out to Richard, who swims to her in the midst of a shark-infested sea. Emmeline throws the other oar at the shark, striking it and allowing Richard to get into the boat in the process. The boat becomes entangled in the current and begins to drift out to sea. After drifting for several days, Richard and Emmeline awaken to find Paddy eating the berries he had picked earlier that day. Richard and Emmeline eat the berries as well, having given up hope and lying down to await death. They are discovered by Arthur's ship a few hours later. Are they still alive? Arthur inquires. Captain Gus Mercurio assures him that he is in good hands. No, thank you very much, sir. They've fallen asleep. Thanks for watching this video. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and become the family member of The Movies Recapped. Thank you. See you in next video. Bye bye.